Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay, so start of my project. So the beginning process was just creating my 3 initial ideas. So my first one was the music video. The second was a documentary based on social media and how it influences young people. And I was going to try and promote how we should reduce social media. And the third one was a promotional video for White House Farm, which is a little farm shop cafe near to where I live. I did choose a music video based off the fact I love music and I only ever watch music videos. And I think because I'm so passionate about it, I'll be able to create something a bit more, not easy, but something I'd be much more interested in, which I'd get a much better result, whereas the other ones I don't think I'd be as interested in, so put as much effort in. So, explaining my idea, basically, I want to create an indie style music video. So I went through quite a few songs based off indie artists. I started with a band called Tender, but before kind of editing it, I realised it's going to be a bit too quick for the shots I wanted to film. So I went on to a band called Old J, which are much more my kind of style. They're one of my favourite bands, so I wanted to base it all around that. So I started, in my proposal, I wrote about Tarot, which was one of my favourite songs by them, still is, but I edited it slightly and it was just far too quick for the shots I created. My shots were a lot slower and that's kind of the idea I had. So then my third song was Choice Kingdom, which worked really well because it's got barely any lyrics, so I kind of liked it to run smoothly. The whole idea was to basically base off my memories. Old J have no narrative in their songs, so I had a lot more freedom with what I wanted to film, and so I chose to do my memories and what I like to do in the summer, what I like to do with my friends and family, and that was kind of what it was revolving around. And I thought of creating a little teaser on Instagram. So a lot of artists do this, so they create a little teaser a month or a couple months before, then gradually getting closer they'll add more teasers, and Instagram is one of the main ways they promote their music, and then eventually they'll show it, the whole thing. The kind of whole visual and purpose style was the showing indie and kind of getting my kind of age group to see a different side of music. A lot of people listen to the radio, which only really shows pop and rap and that kind of music, but showing indie was what I was trying to emphasise, and by doing this I'd create a lot of freeing and kind of shots. So one location I was thinking of the beach, and then going on country walks, they're all tying with my memories, and then it's all a form of escapism, which then relates back to the song as well. So target audience, I kind of had, initially I had one kind of target audience, which was my kind of age group. But then looking more into it and finding more research, I found that the age group of 30 to 50 was a bit more what I should be aiming for, especially with Old J. So I looked into their festivals. So they don't play any sort of festivals for youth, as it were, so like Community or Sundown, anything like that. But when I looked into it, they play Latitude, and then all over the world, so Zurich Open Air Festival, which is all very family friendly. And that's, when you looked into the festivals, that's all you kind of found. There was no headlines at these festivals. So this age group was much better. And then the social category on to what you would look at. So on YouTube, I found that age group, so I think it's 45 to 55, was kind of the age range that was the most popular who looked on YouTube, which is what I'm going to be doing as well. So there was quite a lot of research I could have found into music videos. So I started with history, I went on to form and style, directors, the band, camera shots, theories, and then took surveys to kind of find some primary research. So with the history, I basically was just looking at the evolution of music videos. There's quite a lot of information from 1894 all the way up to modern day, and within that I found a lot of information about MTV, and looking into books and things, I found a lot of clear information about the process from like the Beatles, 60s and 70s, all the way up until now, and how music videos are promoted. So it's just basically looking at the evolution looked into form and style, so all the different categories. Within each one, I looked at a few examples, just to make it really clear as to what kind of each theme was, so especially concept, because that's kind of what I was going to go for. There's not really any there's no narrative, there's nothing really going on, especially in the Coldplay music video, and underneath is an Alt J example, just to really emphasise that Alt J has sort of narrative and it's just conceptual, which is what I was going to go for. Then I went on to directors and the band. The band, I was mainly looking at them to show their lyrics, and they use modern lyricism, which really shows that they've got no narrative, and especially the song Tarot, it's based off history, so that's kind of the main reason I wanted to look into them. The directors, one was an indie director, one was more of a pop current director, so I was just comparing the two just to show their different styles. Then I went on to camera shots and theories. So camera shots, I looked again at Alt J because they use a lot of different angles, so even though they've got no narrative, they're quite quick in their shots, which is kind of what I want to reflect. And then theories was just a music video theorist who had different sort of ideas. So onto the development. I was looking at different angle shots, so quite early on in the project I took a camera out and wanted to get some experimental shots with angles and with exposure and that kind of thing. Then I looked into colour grading, so I went onto YouTube and found some videos that way. And then my main focus was to shoot on a beach, as we don't always get the best weather, so it's quite hard. But I wanted to find what kind of angles, what kind of shots would be the best to make it most effective. And I looked at problems and solutions. So this was when I took the camera out, and as you can see the middle photo is kind of overexposed, so it's quite helpful to know what kind of thing I could change, and then going on to colour grading, how I can change it that way and the different angles. So the top one was the colour grading one, so the left is the video I looked at and the right is the one that I edited, so I kind of followed along to the video, and the bottom is the beach shots. So problems and solutions, I came across quite a few. Just purely the fact from the music, I did not know what kind of song I wanted to go for. I knew that it was going to be indie, and because I changed it quite a few times, it's then hard to edit. Eventually finding that I wanted to use Choice Kingdom, when I went out to shoot again to get the better angles, I found it was a lot easier to kind of understand what I was going for. So I based my other shots off Tarot, which then made it harder to edit, so I had to find time to go out and film a few more angles. Some of the shots as well I filmed weren't the best colouring, so I was aiming for like the orangey tones, but it wasn't always the best, apart from a couple of beach shots from the sky, so I had to kind of work my way through that and look at different ways of colour grading, how to make it effective, and how to make it natural. Distribution. This is kind of the main one, just really the fact of what a lot of artists do now is getting their music out there early, getting their fans interested. So I want to create a social strategy of making a small teaser on Instagram. So I would start off by putting one on my story, which is what we've said before, then post a photo a few weeks later to keep the fans interested and engaged, and then eventually I'll send the whole video up. So just to show you. The left is the story that I made, so that was the beginning of the video. On the right is the Instagram pages that I posted a photo. And eventually, when the video comes out, I'll post it on my Instagram and my story to promote it that it's out. And then I've got the final thing, and I'll just do the feedback forms as well.
Thank you.
Oh
walking to sleep. Oh, return, leave us split before the graves. Oh, return, oh, love that waves.
So I ultimately was really pleased with the layout and how the shots fitted in the sequence. I'm glad I picked the song in the end because I think it fitted really well with my initial idea of having the freedom and just the form of escapism, because you're not really thinking about the lyrics, you're listening to the song and the instrumental of it. I would have liked to change the colours slightly when filming, so pick my days a bit better or pick where I was filming a bit better, but I changed that slightly with the colour grading. Then I would like to be a bit more experimental with the filming. I think ultimately with the shots I have got I like. So overall I'm pleased with I've got the initial idea out there, my memories, and showing the freedom and escapism as that holds. Thank you.
Well done, Brooke. Thank you. You start, Jean.
Really nice. You presented really well, showing us your ideas right from the beginning and how you obviously, progressed through obviously that research and inspiration. Really nicely developed, and also showing your experimentation and development. Clearly, presenting that with illustrations. So that was really nice. With your final film, I think it's really nice. But as you say, I think you could have experimented a lot more with the style of shots, because I think I know what you're trying to do in terms of a concept video. What I couldn't quite get was it felt a bit disjointed to me between the shots of the girl in the park and the person throwing the stones in comparison to the nature shots. So I just felt there needed to be some, even though it was a concept video, there needed to be some sort of link to that a bit better. I thought the colour grading was lovely, it felt nostalgic, I could see where you were coming from in terms of your memories. I just felt it could have just been a little bit more consistent in your order of them. But well presented, well done.
Yeah, I thought the grading was really good on the video, really bright and vibrant. Probably could have done a bit more of a theme to it, like a summer day thing, or some sort of theme that ties it all together. And maybe could have tried, when the girls through the park, maybe some like overhead shots or close-ups to get more abstract. I really like the abstract stuff he's got in there. Maybe just try a bit more of that. But I said it's really presented really well. So well done.
Oh, all right. So I liked it a lot. It was good. I do think you could have pushed it more. So I think it could have been slightly more avant-garde. I think that there were some little moments where that There's that beautiful lens flare shot of the sun, I thought it was really nice. The bokeh section of the lights, I thought it was really lovely. But I've written here that you just needed a little bit more. I've written that it feels a little bit like a fashion lookbook,
Okay.
which is not a criticism,
Yeah.
but it's not quite the concept music video. I think if you'd have gone that bit further with maybe some Super 8 effects or a bit of speeding up, or just a little point of difference, you know, and maybe some interesting illustration over the top of the footage, and just really sort of testing us as well,
Yeah.
as the viewer as well. I think it would have sort of got there further, but
Yeah.
I think it worked well. And Richard's right, the grading was lovely. So yeah, nice. Okay.
Well done, Brooke. Obviously, from sort of a point of view of someone who's been with you from the beginning of it, I know that your confidence in your practical abilities wasn't very high at the beginning, and you were very, very worried about the practical aspect of the project, so you kind of wanted to play it safe, didn't you? And you wanted to make sure that what you did